Blake Production.
What is poppin'? Wonderfi squad. It's been a while since we've chatted. So let's look at what we've got here. We're looking at, on the daily time frame, right? Wonderfi Technologies. We had this gap holding us back. January 2023, right? The 23rd of, so pretty much exactly a year ago, we had this massive gap down. It brought us into this 21 cent zone where we could not, for the life of us, for the rest of 23, we could not break above and hold above this 21 cent zone. The first time we held above this 21 cent zone for longer than 5 days was at the end of 2023 in December. Okay, why do I think this zone is so significant? The reason why I think it's, I'm gonna sneeze. Whoa! God damn. Okay, here we go. The reason why I think this area is so significant is because look how much time we've rejected this zone, right? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8, 9, 10. Tried to break up over, failed. That's 11, 12, 13. Even right before we had this breakup above, we can call it like there's like more than 13 several times, right? So many times where we reject this zone. Okay, now we get this breakout to end December. To end 23, we get this breakout. Nice, clean move from the lows. Excuse me. From the lows to the highs, we get a clean, almost 200% move. Now we're correcting down right back into that zone, and what it looks like to me is we're trying to flip the zone. Previous resistance turning into support. It's going to take some time for that to occur. So what I'm looking at on a daily time frame in Galaxy, what we could shape up here, right? Say this is the trend line that's holding us back. I'll remove the 21 EMA for now. Let's say this is the trend line that's holding us back here. If that's the case, what we could see is we get a move up to this trend line, reject, come back into this zone, create a higher low compared to this one, and we battle this zone before we get a breakout. That could be it, right? You could also look at it from this perspective, and I think it would add to why that would make sense. This here is going to be the resistance level we need to play with. So what could potentially happen right now? In the next few weeks and months, we look for price action to slowly come back up into this range, get a rejection. Slowly come back up, rejection. And then we create higher lows into that zone before we get a move, right? And this move is what would lead us to this level, and that's a major zone in the chart. So this is where the next major struggle is going to be in the chart. Likely around the 41 to 44 cent zone, or if we get lucky with a nice, clean, strong bull move in Bitcoin, we go up to 62 cents, right? So eventually these are going to be the zones we're going to have to battle in the stock's price. Okay? So this is what we're seeing. Probably, I think this is the potential outlook for, half of 2024. Half of 2024 is going to be battling this area, right? From 33 cents to 18 cents, battling this area and getting enough shares outstanding erased from this zone to help us to move above, get into this new territory that the stock hasn't been in since August 2022, right? It would make sense 2 potential years from this date we come back into that zone. Could be possible, right? From a weekly perspective, it also kind of makes sense for this to happen, right? Because this could give us an opportunity, say something like this happens, where we create this inverse head and shoulders, massive pattern, right? Massive inverse head and shoulders pattern. And that would potentially lead us even higher, right? If we're looking at the grand scheme of things on this chart, I'll delete all the drawings. Grand scheme here, what we're looking to see longer term, like I'm talking 2, 3, 4, 5+ years. Well, realistically, till the top of this next Bitcoin bull market is what we're gonna be looking for, is something like this, right? We back test this zone and just steadily create higher highs, right? It might look something like this. It might take time too before we get that move, right? But if we want something like this to happen, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something around like that. Could be a little bit. We could have a longer period of time where this does something like this potentially. We come into this zone and create a massive pattern before we get a move. Who knows? But like overall, if if the theory is that this is going a lot higher. I also had slight divergence here. Someone mentioned on the YouTube. Let me pull that up. Hey, I'm not a trader at all. This is David Reynolds. Shout out David Reynolds. So, hey, I'm not a trader at all, but I've noticed that Wonder seems to be correlated more to the movements of coin chart than BTC. Wonder if you could take a look at it. And when we pull up coin here, Coinbase, right? What I like more about Coinbase than Wonderfi is simply that it's a way stronger uptrend. January 2023, this stock bottomed. It then created higher highs and higher lows continuously throughout 2023, ending up like year to date, it ended up something like 400% higher, something like that. Like it severely outperformed Wonderfi. Okay, so but when we look at Wonderfi, in terms of price action, like kind of, I see what you're saying a little bit, but not necessarily. We have January here, so let's say we started here, and then where did the price end, right? Let's check that. Right, January to January. So it's severely underperformed Wonderfi. We can call it around like 100% up on the year. Not horrible, but think of it, that 100% was made in such a short period of time. It's either you caught it from here or you caught it from here. There was like 2 times throughout the year where you had that opportunity to get 100%. Most people trading this stock last year didn't get 100% trade. But there is, I do think, potential for a big move to the upside. Like from where we are right now, there is significant upside here. Even if we get to previous all-time highs, that's a 10x from where we are, right? So I think that you got to hang tight, look deeper into the future here, and be prepared. Because this is, I like this weekly time frame. The dojis that are printing, it's looking like we could be potentially setting up a mean move, a mean turnaround. That literally just could be something like this. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe we get a 5. And if that's what the case is, that brings us to all-time highs, that'd be the smoothest ride ever. So, I mean, the downs are gonna be brutal, right? We're gonna, as you've seen, 40% down. There's probably gonna be another 40% move down here. There's gonna be a bunch of ups and downs here, but the theory is that we're going back to all-time highs potentially in this next bull run. That's enough out of me, guys. I'm tired. Easy.